This is Christina Budgets. I am Christina. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. This channel is all things budgeting, specifically cash paycheck budgeting, where we budget our paychecks each week. We leave a certain amount of money in the bank for our bills and gas. And then whatever is left over after that, we cash stuff into envelopes to help us on our journey of getting out of debt and learning a better mindset when it comes to money and spending intentionally. We are tired of our money constantly going other places, stressing over money, not knowing what's coming next. So this is the start of our journey. We have been doing cash stuffing for probably a year solid now. And we still just are trying to get a handle on our finances. So come along the journey with me. If you like what you're watching, then I would love if you would comment, like the video below, and subscribe, and help me grow my channel in this amazing community. So today is going to be our first paycheck that we are stuffing for the month of July. This is a paycheck week, and what that means is I get paid bi-weekly. My husband gets paid weekly. So on our bi-weekly weeks during the month, that is when all of our bills come out. We try to take the bills out of my paycheck. And then on the shorter weeks, when he is the only one that gets paid, that money I usually use just to cash stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Grab my calculator here, make sure you can see it. So we are stuffing today $977, and that is going into our spending binder, our savings binder, and our holiday binder. And then in the one saving challenge that we're doing to help try to get some money put back for Christmas. So let's start with giving it a count. Fan it out for a thumbnail. All right, turn this on and we'll give it a count. So we have 51, 52, 250. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 977, if you can see that, is what we are stuffing today. So it is all here. How's everybody doing? I got any plans for the 4th of July? It is July 3rd, so 4th of July weekend. My office is closed today, and we're just having a chill weekend at home. We have an above ground pool I don't know where you're at in the United States, but it is hot, 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 hot here. I think we've been in a heat advisory all week. So my plan is to just kind of chill by the pool and spend some time with my husband and kiddos and not really have much going on. As I mentioned in my last video, my son plays travel ball. So our whole month of June, we were literally on the go every weekend to this state and that state, playing in different tournaments. So this is our first weekend that we don't have to travel anywhere. I'm here for it. I'm here for just the quiet, calm, refreshing, kind of recharging weekend. And we have also made this our no spend July to help get us better off financially. This is a magic month for me. So I get paid 3 times this month. So we're going to use that to our advantage and really try to get a handle on these finances, start working on getting some stuff paid off. And so in the no spend July, if it is not budgeted for, we are not spending it. That is going to be part of my mindset shift of getting better off with our finances and just spending money intentionally and paying attention to where our money is going. So we'll go ahead and get started. I've got my little cash planning sheet off to the side here. So first, this is our spending binder, and we're gonna start with groceries. So groceries is going to get $200. So 51, 20, 40, 60, 82. So we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 82, and we already have $52 in here. I try to keep our grocery budget to $250. Sometimes that's a stretch. We were doing 300, but I'm trying to cut back a little bit to save some money. So we should have $252. So we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, and 52. Going into grocery. Household is getting 65, so 20, 40, 60, and 5. And we have $35 in here. So I was trying to get this up to 100. So let's see what we got. We got 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100 going into household. Sports, my son made the All-State travel ball team, and he has a tournament coming up in a couple weeks. It's about 5 hours from here. So we need to get the money saved up for that. So $100 is going into sports today. And I did that in 250s. And we have $20 in here. So we should have 51 and 120. And I will update my trackers off camera. I am getting ready to go meet a friend, a former coworker, for lunch since I'm off today. So I'm going to kind of speed through this a little bit. All right, beauty or hair is getting $40. I have a hair appointment coming up in a couple weeks. And we have 10, so we have 20, 40, and 50. Beauty is not getting anything today. Clothing is getting 30, so 20 and 30. And we have 80 in here. So we have 50, 70, 90, 110 in clothing. And we need to beef this one up because back to school shopping is going to be happening before too long. I don't know what your kiddos do as far as school goes. Ours is not year round. So they have been off since May 21st, I think. And then they go back August 13th. So back to school shopping is getting ready to start before too long. Medical doesn't have anything in it. And we are adding $100 today. So 20, 40, 60, 81. Not 20's seen better days. All right, so we have 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100 in medical. Gifts is getting $10 today. So in gifts, we have 50, 60, 75, and that one will be spent here in a little bit because the friend that I am meeting is pregnant. So I'm going to get her a gift for the baby. Josh is getting $20. My husband and I do $20 a week just for spending money. And then I'm getting $20. Hayden is getting $25 for his allowance this week. The kids do chores that they get paid for. Sometimes money gets deducted if they don't do their chores very well or if they just decide not to do them. But this week they got $25. So he has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, and 85. He has also been mowing lawns this summer. So he's been earning money with that on his own. Kinley is also getting $25. So she has 20, 40, 65. Buffer is getting $10 today. So Buffer now has 10, 25, 26, and 27. And I've got to make 2 more envelopes for here. One is for eating out, and one is for the kids envelope, which would kind of be like a back to school envelope if we need to purchase things for the kids that are outside of the envelopes that are already planned for. So for eating out, it is getting 20. So I'm just going to actually set this off to the side because I will use that here in a little bit. And then kiddos are getting 22. And I'm going to, time to start saving up for back to school supplies. And that is it for our spending binder. So next we will move on to our savings. So this is our savings binder. And we're gonna start with emergency fund. Emergency fund is getting $20 today. I'm trying to get this beefed up because, again, as I said in my last video, it's not if something happens, it's when something happens. So having a emergency fund of at least $1,000 just gives me peace of mind to know that if something happens, then it'll be there. So once this does get to 500, I will put it, we have a high yield savings account with Ally. I really like their high yield savings account because you're able to make buckets. So even though it's in like a core savings, I can break it up kind of like little cash envelopes in a savings account. And they have a really good percentage rate, and they make it super easy. So what I do is I just deposit this in our checking account and I transfer it from our checking account to Ally. And then the money can sit there. I also had money automatically going from our checking to our savings. I have put a hold on that for right now while we're trying to come up with a plan and just get better off with our finances. If you have been looking for a high yield savings account, there are multiples out there. Sav Saves did a really good video on Capital One and how she uses Capital One. I use Ally. I know several other creators that also use Ally. I will link, I think I have a referral code below where if you sign up using the link below, then you get a little bit of money and I get a little bit of money. So don't feel obligated, but if you have ever been interested in it, I would definitely check it out. So in emergency fund, I have 51, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, and 96. So 196. An ER fund. House maintenance is getting $20 today. So in house maintenance, we now have 51, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 180. Again, this is another envelope that I'm working on beefing up because we do own our house. So if something breaks, if we need to repair something, it is on us to do. And we don't have a savings cushion to fall back on. So these two are kind of, I wouldn't say my main goals, because my main goal right now is to get out of debt, specifically starting with credit card debt, but they are kind of in that forefront as being the next main goals. Pool is getting 100 today. And I did that all in 20. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We need to get some chlorine for our pool, and it runs about $110. We use little chlorine canisters. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, and 120 in pool. Car is getting $50 today, and it is going into repairs. My dad is a mechanic. He's done our oil changes for us, and we just had to put 2 new tires on the front of our car, so we don't have to pay for the labor portion of it. But his boss does keep track of like our parts, and then I pay that once I find out how much it is. So I don't remember how much we owe right now, but I'm trying to get some money saved up so that we can pay for that. In repairs, we have 51, 50, 20, 51, 50, 70, 90. So we have 190 in repairs. then in oil changes, we have $50 in oil changes. So we have $240 in our cart envelope. Christmas is getting $10 today, and that's all it will have. My husband and I just sat down and did kind of a goals type of budget where we sat down with each envelope and decided like what we wanted the goal to be. So if we meet that specific goal, then we will stop stuffing that envelope. And we sat down and revamped our Christmas budget. What we originally had was just unrealistic for where we're at in the year. So we did cut back on some things. And part of that too is trying to get away from so much materialistic stuff that we never use, that just sits either in the kids' bedroom or in our spare bedroom. I really want to focus our mindset more on experiences and things that the kids will actually use for Christmas. So we just revamped our Christmas budget, and it's a lot more doable than what our original budget was. All right, pets is getting $20 today, and that is going into food. We just got them food, but they need it. Their food, they go through it about once a month. So in food, we have 20, 25, 30, 31, and 32. So I'm gonna get my calculator, because in food we have 32. And then in vet bill, we have 30. So in dogs, we have 62. All right, and then in getaways, we're adding $20. This is gonna partially help with our tournament that we have coming up towards the end of the month. So that is it for our savings binder. Oh, okay, I thought I messed something up, which not be surprising for this being my second video. All right, next up is holiday binder. In our holiday binder, the only things that are getting stuffed is we're skipping birthdays this week. Celebrations, 4th of July is getting $20. So 4th now has 20, 30, and 40, and that's basically just for, we have a carnival in our hometown and my daughter wants to go, so that's gonna help pay for her armband. And then if we want to get like a drink or something at the carnival, it'll pay for that. So that is all that's going in this binder. And then we are going to get back on this savings challenge. So this is the Dr. Seuss book by Sav Saves. It is amazing quality and it is so fun. I'm gonna try to play catch up because obviously it's July and all of my months are empty. So I'm trying to stuff an entire month at a time or two if we can afford it. Today we are gonna be filling in January. So let me get my marker. So we have $30 going into this binder today, and we are just going to color in all of the bubbles. And I believe she said that once this is fully filled in, then it saves $650. And we are planning to use this towards Christmas. And then each month is its own little envelope. And these pages she uses from actual Dr. Seuss books. And she doesn't do just Dr. Seuss books. She also does like old storybooks, Disney books. She has a savings challenge called Getting My Shit Together. She just has a lot of really fun stuff. So I would definitely go follow her channel because she does her products on a drop basis where she makes a bunch of them and then she drops them at once. And I know she said she was working on some other stuff, but she just had a baby. So I don't know when the next drop will be, but definitely go follow her channel because she will announce it on there. But that's our savings challenge. All right, friends, that is it for today. All the money has been allocated where it is supposed to go, and I'm feeling really good so far. If you enjoyed what you watched here, I would love, love, love for you to like this video, comment down below. What are your plans for the 4th of July? Are you going out on the boat? Are you spending time with family? Do you have to work? I would love to hear what your plans are for the 4th. And of course, subscribe. I would love to have you here for my journey and kind of see how we progress as time goes on. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Bye.